Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2022 Dover Athletic in the Football League. We have got a lot to talk about before we actually kick off this season because there's been transfers, we're a professional side, I've also been fiddling about with some graphics. So let's start here, shall we, on the club profile page. You can see the professional status is professional. We are a fully professional side, we are doing 6 days a week training. Look at the kits. I've made brand new Adidas kits for us. So we got the white, red and the purple third kit. They look quite fancy. They're also 3D. Don't worry about that. You'll hopefully be able to see them in the match engine as well. We have done a lot of transfer business. We've also got ourselves a brand new assistant manager. And he's probably quite familiar to some of you. It is Carl Jenkinson, formerly of Arsenal, West Ham, Birmingham, Nottingham Forest, and today's opponent, Oldham Athletic. He originally joined us as an under-18s under-18s manager. And I thought he's actually a lot better than our current assistant manager. So I gave him a year doing that job and then basically promoted him. He's very good. He's very, very good. And he's only 33 years old. He's younger than me by like 7 years. That's ridiculous. Transfers then. So we have to go back to last year because the way transfers work is things sometimes happen before the year ticks over. We've got 3 players joining the club before the year ticked over. Adrian Reed-Stephen is a 21. He's an 18-year-old. He's 21 is his squad number. An 18-year-old right back, formerly of Chelsea. He's been brought in on a free transfer because there's some potential there, isn't there? On the opposite flank, we have Will Kokolo, who has signed from Plymouth, formerly of Grimsby, Middlesbrough, Sunderland, and a few other teams as well, by the looks of it. He's actually quite good. In my opinion, he's quite good. You might be thinking, why have we bought a left-back? Because we've got Silko Thomas. He might have been sold. Another player who got sold is Paul Searle. However, he is returned on loan. He's gone to Nottingham Forest. I think we got some money, reasonable amount, 100,000, potentially 125, 50% sell on and a friendly and loaned back. I think we got a pretty good deal there with Paul. And then moving on into this current season, technically, Silko Thomas is a similar scenario, leaving the club, signing for Birmingham, 50% sell on, loaned back for the season, got a friendly as well against Birmingham. He's back here for another year, probably the last season we're going to get him. I don't know whether he's actually as good as he should be for this level of football now, so we might actually not play him as much as perhaps he did last season. We've also extended the loan deal of Dean Laird, as you can see there. Let's go down the rest of the players then. Joe Rose is a 23-year-old goalkeeper. He's basically going to sit on the subs bench, maybe play for the under-18s if he's allowed to at 23 years of age. Stuart Humphrey signed on loan from Blackburn Rovers, and he's good. He just needs to start scoring some goals. He's played 4 times for us so far, hasn't managed to hit the target at all. An XG of 0.7 in those 4 games, needs to start playing a little bit better. But I look at his match attributes and his stats and think, he's good, isn't he? He's very good. We have also loaned Yeboah Amankwa from Wycombe Wanderers, and you might think this is a bit of a strange one. It's because we basically got rid of a lot of centre-backs, and I needed a little bit more depth. Probably not going to play a huge amount of football, but he's still probably good enough to play for us if we need him to. Alistair Smith is a 26-year-old English central midfielder signed formerly of Leyton Orient, Sutton, Altrincham, Mansfield, free transfer. Very good central midfielder, I think. I mean, they say he's only 2.5 star. I think he's probably a little bit better than that. Not going to be playing every game, but probably will play quite a lot for us. Going back to Blackburn and loaning another player this time is Ben Mcnamee, 18-year-old right winger. Loaned in because we've only got one right winger really at the club at the moment. Mcnamee is going to basically come in, give a little bit of competition on the right-hand side. Obed Afari is a 19-year-old English goalkeeper, formerly of Fulham. Brought in because I think he's got some potential. Probably won't see him for much. Hopefully, going to get him loaned out to somebody, maybe Vanarama North or South, get some game time under his belt. Other than that, we might see him come off the bench. What am I on about? I don't play goalkeepers. We might see him in cup games. Who knows? Somebody who you might actually recognise is Jake Forster-Caskey, formerly of Charlton. 230 appearances for Charlton, Brighton, MK Dons and Oxford as well. 31 years of age now, so he's getting on. But we don't have too many older players in our squad, so I thought actually it's not a bad bit of business to bring in somebody a little bit older to hopefully bring in some of the youngsters into line a little bit more. So yeah, Forster-Caskey is in, central midfielder, 3.5 star current ability. Very good signing in my opinion. And in a similar mould is Jack Earing, formerly of Walsall, Halifax, Farsley, Celtic, Spennymoor and Bolton. He's had a very varied career, hasn't he? 26 years old central midfielder. I'm not going to see a huge amount of Jack Earing, but he is actually very good, isn't he? He's a very good option in the middle of the pitch. We did lose quite a lot of midfielders. One for the future is Lee Dilly, who is a 19-year-old English winger and striker, and who's immediately gone and injured himself, formerly of Norwich. Hopefully there's some potential there, but we won't see him for a couple of years. that's not everybody. There are 2 more players that I've just ignored off this list. And yeah, it is Tatsunori Takayanagi and Recef Barrardes. He's Japanese. He doesn't have a work permit. He was in the Japan under-18 squad, I think it was. No club, and I thought, we'll bring him in. He's been on trial here for 2 years and has been playing for the under-18s for 2 years, and now he's joined and doesn't have a work permit. But yeah, Takayanagi, I think that's what his name is going to be. I think there might be something there. I don't know. And in a similar vein is Recef Barrardes. He's an 18-year-old Aruban. Now, he was in the Aruba, actual full Aruba squad. I think he's technically currently in there right now on international duty. He's got 4 caps to his name. Brought in on a free transfer. He's been on trial for the past 2 years. I thought Aruba was part of the Overseas Act. You know, like, I think Bermuda is part of it. I thought Aruba was part of it as well, and he wouldn't need a work permit. Turns out he does as well. And that is not all for transfers. I'm not going to go too in-depth with what else is going on. So we can see Silko Thomas leaving, Kamara leaving, Joe Fryer leaving, Dan Malone also leaving, and a couple of other players. Ben Hennigan wasn't playing, getting paid too much money. He's also left on a free transfer. A whole load of players going out on loans for loan fees. This is interesting. We're actually picking up money for loaning players out. Woods, Ballard, Riley Wright, Kiddo Taylor-Hart, Chavez Munoz, Gary Ballard, Ricky Pilbro, Jack Turner, Robert Collins, Mark Murray, Luke Pearce, Sonny Davis, Darryl Cartwright, Casper Nielsen, we'll come to him in a second actually, Darryl Claridge, Ian Cooney, Dibley Diaz and Luis Claridge all going out on loan. Casper Nielsen is a player who I signed last January, I think. Didn't get a work permit. He's really good. I want him to get a work permit. I don't think he's ever going to get one. Right, I think that is the business out of the way. We've started the season. We are already quite a few games in. We're doing all right. We're actually 7th place in the table, but we've lost 2 out of 4 games. So, yeah, it's not as good as it perhaps should be. We are playing bottom of the table Oldham Athletic in the opening match of our season on camera at the very least. So, I'm hoping we can make it 3 wins out of 5. The starting lineup then for the Oldham Athletic game at home in League 2. It is going to be Ross Stewart in goal, Richard Elise, Zach or Leon Pambu and Will Kokolo in defence, Smith and Forster Kaski in midfield, Dean Laird and Spong on the wings, Williams and Street as our strikers. You'll probably notice there's not a huge amount of new signings in the starting 11. What is it? It's Kokolo, it's Smith, Forster Kaski, and that's pretty much it. You'll notice Humphrey shouldn't be on the bench, actually, because he's absent without leave. He went out and got absolutely smashed, apparently. Was spotted leaving the club at the early hours of the morning. And, yeah, he's going to miss today's game because of that. We need a striker. Mcnamee, there we go. You can be our backup striker. Also, one good thing about being in League 2, we get to have 7 substitutes, which means we actually have a goalkeeper on the bench. This is something that I very rarely do. Now, this is going to be quite a big test for us, I think, because Oldham are bottom of the table. Obviously, it's very early days, so they might just have had a poor start. We've got a strange camera angle. I've been playing about with camera angles. We had a corner when we were on vertical scrolling, which I really don't like. Whelan is going for a counter-attack for Oldham. Colville on the right-hand side. Number 13 is trying to keep up with him all the way down that wing. Crossfield ball. Stewart comes out, claims that one. Rolls it out straight away to Zach Orr. Leon Pambu to Forster Kaski. Forward to Jack Spong. Spong goes back to Forster Kaski, making his debut today as Forster Kaski, by the way. He signed, I think, on deadline day, which was literally like 4 days ago. We've only played 1 game, which I think was a Carabao Cup game. Long ball forward, Laird heads down, Williams to Street. Is Street going to put the ball in? No, he doesn't. He really should have done. It's 0-0. Forster Kaski with a corner, left-footed from the left-hand side towards Williams at the back. It's a header clear from Sam Graham. So Laird is going to collect it for us, wearing our brand new Adidas home kit. Forward ball, Williams again into the penalty area, 2 in the middle, crosses it in and it's intercepted straight away. The highlights carrying on though, or to Forster Kaski, left hand side is Spong, number 7 this season, backwards to Kokolo, crosses it in again, this time is Laird, Laird's headed effort hits the post and Oldham are going to get very lucky and clear the ball upfield. We probably should be winning this game at this point, shouldn't we? We are 20 minutes in. We should be winning this game. Oldham coming forward. Smith has the ball to Bandera. Hoey forward to Roberts. Tries to find some space on the right-hand side. Does manage it. Colville back to Bandiera. Forward again to Colville. Wheeling loads and loads of space. Ball over the top. Elise. Sensible header back to Ross Stewart in the Dover goal. By the way, another thing I did in the summer, I offered as many players as I possibly could full-time contracts. There are still a few who are on part-time deals, but the majority of them full-time players now, which means they are training every single day of the week. Spong's controlled that well. Back to Kokolo. Where are you going to go? All the way back to Pambu. Get the ball forward, lads. Get the ball forward. Forster Kaski. Kokolo's making a run. Street's got it to Williams. Facing away from goal now. Spong. Kokolo's got space. Why aren't we using him? We've gone for Williams instead. Takes a touch. And Jaden Williams' lovely little touch to get it past the goalkeeper. Puts it in the back of the net. It's not going to count. He was offside. Why was he offside? Was he miles off? I bet he was miles off, wasn't he? He's off. He's certainly off, but it was close. Plenty of action going on in our first on-camera game in League 2. Keller Dunn has it for Oldham. Backwards to Hughes. We are expected to be a mid-table side, so I'm not going to be too over the top if we end up sort of getting into what a finish that is from Davis Kalia Dunn. I'm expecting us to lose quite a few games. I'm not expecting us to lose this one, but we're 1-0 down. Elise with a throw for us, almost half an hour on the clock. Elise's cross comes in, Williams is there, it's gone over everybody. How have we not managed to get on the end of that? Kokolo to Forster Kaski, goes for a shot and it's blocked. Kokolo keeps it in, crosses it in, loads of players there, but not a single white shirt on the end of it. And Oldham can possibly start a counter-attack. Zach Orr forward for us though. Elise back to the big former Arsenal man. Now, Alistair Smith, all the way back to Stuart. This is a strange highlight, so I think might be a goal coming, or potentially like something hitting the post, or a red card, or something like that going on. Smith to Laird, right-hand side is Elise. Loads and loads of space for the man to run into. Is he going to get his cross in? 3-4 in the box. Laird's one of them. Back to Elise. Crosses it in again anyway. The goalkeeper's absolutely flapped at it. Williams is there, and we finally managed to put the ball in. Jaden Williams has made it 1-1. 30 minutes exactly on the clock when the ball crossed the line. We are back in this game. We did get very lucky there because their goalkeeper decided he didn't want to hold on to that and just punch it straight to one of our players. We really should have had a couple more goals in this, though. I think we should be winning. Kokolo with a throw. 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the first half to go. Tries to find Street but can't manage it, and now Oldham again. Just smash the ball upfield. It's a strange way of playing football Oldham seem to have. Pambu's going to go for a run. Dinks it forward towards Kokolo but can't manage it. What a strange pass that was from Leon Pambu. What a weird thing to do. Colville, where are you going to go? What's going on? Whelan to Colville once again. I'm very distracted by this player up here, by the way. There's a person wearing orange who is warming up. I don't know who it is. Is it like our sub-goalkeeper? Maybe? I don't know. Webster's ball forward. Finds Roberts. He's in on goal. Stuart needs to stop this one. Stuart does stop this one. Concedes the corner. It is going to remain 1-1 for the moment, but Oldham have a very, very good chance to make it 2-1. Who's taking the corner? It's the goal scorer. Dunn crosses it in towards the 6-yard box. Big head clear from Zach Orr. Is it coming back, though, or is it going to end? It does end. Still not quite at half-time. A lot going on in this match. Roberts has the ball for Oldham. Across. Kaylor Dunn, number 10. Forward to Roberts again. Through ball. Dunn's going to get there first as well. He's gone a little bit too far wide. Keeps it in play. Crosses it in. Smith is there. Smith heads over the bar. It is hopefully going to remain 1-1 as we go into the half-time break. We've had a lot of football so far. It is 1-1 at half-time, and we've been the better side, but only just. I am going to now lie to the team and say that we've been the better team. Just keep doing what you're doing. That didn't really work. You weren't bad. You can make the difference, everybody. Rob Street's missed a couple of sitters, hasn't he? Dean Laird's on a 6-6. Kokolo and Pambu also on a 6-6. Do we look at bringing off? I don't know why it puts that in that strange order. Do we bring off? Or maybe we just swap you two round. That's probably the better way round for you two strikers, isn't it? 1 minute and 15 seconds into the second half, and already we've got another highlight. Already going forward down the right-hand side is Laird. Elise gets the ball back. In the middle is Jake Forster Kaski to Street. Little touch to Williams. Back to Forster Kaski over the top to Street. Chests it down in on goal, and Rob Street with an absolute rocket. First highlight of the second half. Makes it 2-1. A little tweak of the two strikers. I almost subbed you at half-time, mate. It's a good job I didn't. All of a sudden, that seems to have changed the game a little bit, hasn't it? We are now going to be on 9 points if everything stays this way, but this is only our 5th league game of the season. Forster Kaski has decided he doesn't want that. He wants to give it to our goalkeeper. Weird bit of football, that one. Smith to Forster Kaski in the centre circle. Williams to Rob Street. Williams is making a run. Smith gets the ball. Right-hand side is a lovely ball through to Rob Street. And Rob Street really should have made it 3-1 and got his second of the game. We are starting to look like the better side. I think we're starting to look like the better side. A poor kick out from the goalkeeper. Kokolo's going for a run down that left-hand side. Number 14. The Frenchman whips in the cross. Street's there. Gets on the end of it. Hits it just over the bar. Still 2-1, but we are getting closer and closer to maybe getting a third. Elise with a throw. Is this going to be the third? Alistair Smith back to Elise. crosses it into Forster. Takes a touch, goes for a goal, and Forster effort just skims the top of the bar, goes over. Still 2-1, but we are starting to have a lot more chances now. We're going to do a change or two. Forster having a very good game, but unfortunately for you, fella, you're a little bit tired. Maybe let's do the subs we need to do first, shall we? Dean Laird's coming off. We're going to do Ben Mcnamee coming on. The two Blackburn loanies switching there. Do we do Pambu off? Pambu for Jack Wakely? I think we do, you know. And one more change. Forster probably is the one to come off, isn't he? We'll do Jack Langston. Even though Jack Langston is more of a striker, he'll play in central midfield. Seconds after the subs have taken place, we've got another highlight. Elise with the ball, 2 in the middle, crosses in. Williams is one of them. Very good save from the goalkeeper. Makes a change. He's been pretty poor, hasn't he, for most of this game? He's managed to stop that one. Wakely, the substitute, finds Jack Spong. Back to Kokolo. Long ball down the left-hand side towards Langston. Is he going to get there first? The goalkeeper came out, which might have caused a little bit of a confusion. It's all the way back low with our goalkeeper. We've got just over 15 minutes to play down on the south coast. Mcnamee to Street. Elise's got space. It's gone to Mcnamee instead. There's plenty in the middle. Just play it on the ground. Williams is there. We've hit the post again. Spong's going for goal. It's a penalty. How was that not a penalty? Williams was pushed. Williams was pushed or tripped or something. Roberts is now counter-attacking for Oldham. Down the left-hand side, there's only one player in a blue shirt in the middle. If he manages to find it, I'm going to be very annoyed. Cisse to Roberts again on the left-hand side. Just end the highlight. He was offside. We have been so unlucky in this match so far. Langston with a corner, final 10 minutes. It's not managed to find one of our players. Smith's going to collect it though. Down the left, back to the corner taker Langston. Now Wakely, back in the middle to Smith. Right hand side is Zach Orr. We have got 2 central defenders up very high up the pitch and we've given up and gone all the way back to Ross Stewart. Is this a highlight or was this just the corner was the highlight? Jack Langston in the middle. Left-hand side is just going to go straight to Hui. Or Hui, maybe, one of the two. Bello to Bandiera. Hui once again. Somebody steal it. It's a long ball-ish. Long ball, kind of. It wasn't really that long, was it? Langston. Ball in the middle. Rob Street controls it well. Takes a touch. Puts it in the opposite corner. And Rob Street makes it 3-1. And hopefully that puts this game to bed. Still not quite over yet. We've got 2 minutes, of injury time to play. Webster has kicked upfield for Oldham. Are we going to make it 4? Elise's got it. Going for a run down the right-hand side. Along the touchline. Mcnamee to Smith. Across to Zach Orr. Lumps it upfield towards Street. On a hat-trick, remember. Rob Street takes a few touches. He's gone a little bit too wide. Tries to cross it in. Can't manage to find a white shirt. Oldham clear the ball. Smith gets it forward, though. Langston to Spong. In the middle is Rob Street. Lovely ball on the ground to Mcnamee. And Mcnamee dinks it over the goalkeeper, making it 4-1. We've started to make this look like it was an easy result, but we made it look hard in the first half. And there we have it. The full-time whistle goes on the south coast of England. 22 shots, 10 on target, 4 goals scored. Rob Street getting a 9.2 rating with 2 goals and an assist to his name. I'm so glad I didn't sub him off. I think if this is how our Season 5 goes with Dover Athletic, we're in for a good time. So unlike last season, we have kicked off Season 5 with a win already. I was going to do 2 matches in this episode, but because that match literally took about 15 minutes to actually play and record, I think it's going to be quite a long video already. So we're going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching Episode 1 of Season 5. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying these videos. I'll be back next time. We're not going to go too far, I don't think. Maybe we'll go around here. Stockport Bristol Rovers. We'll go for sort of mid-October. I think that's where we're going to go for. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Click all the buttons, comments and all that jazz. And I'll see you in episode 2. Thanks for watching.